Hey girlies, welcome to this video. Today we're going through all the books that I read in November. I got some physical books, but we also got a bit of Kindle books too this month, so we're just gonna hop right in, go over all the books I read and yap. I love to do that. I love it. Let's yap about some books. The first book I read in November was Twisted Games by Anna Huang. I read Twisted Love, I think, in July or August. Let me check. July. Yeah. So, and if you didn't know, in my July reading wrap up, I did not really like Twisted Love. 1 star. Was not a fan. So, this is about Reese and what's her name? Bridget. It's about Reese and Bridget. Bridget is a princess. Reese is her bodyguard. There's some attraction going on there. They're not allowed to be together, obviously, because she's a princess and he's a bodyguard. So we're kind of like following their story and like getting some tea and information on that. I didn't really like Twisted Love when I first read it. I hated the main male character. So I didn't really have high hopes for Twisted Games. I was going into it kind of like, I need to get through the series. I need to read it just so I can get off of it because I have all the physical books. And I was like, because I have them, I can't not read a book. So I forced myself. I was like, I need to at least read the second book of the series this year just to like slowly but surely get through it. It was definitely better than Twisted Love. I enjoyed it more. I liked the main male character more and I liked the female character. I liked Bridget and I liked Reese. Alex in Twisted Love hated that man. Reese was a lot better. There were certain things that kind of, I would get the ick and certain things would happen where I was like, oh, really? The writing and the characters didn't really speak out to me and I wasn't really obsessed, and after finishing this, I kind of forgot a lot of it already, and I definitely would not go back to this book in this series as of right now. So yeah, characters was just kind of bland, kind of not my favorite. They weren't really my favorite. Didn't really have any full opinion of them. Like, I don't love them, but I don't hate them. They're just kind of there. It's better than Twisted Love though. So overall, I rated it 2.5 stars. But it was better than Twisted Love. So I'm hoping as I continue the rest of the series, it just gets like better and better. This book is definitely better than Twisted Love. Still wasn't my favorite though. So overall, 2.5 stars. Yeah, that's my thoughts on the second book as of right now. We'll see when I continue the rest of the series what I think. As of right now, I don't really have high hopes for the last two books. So, okay, the next book I read, I got the arc of. I was very excited about this. So I got the arc of Bossy Wicked Prince by Lena Hunt. She is a newer author. It's about Kat and Nate. Kat is working at this restaurant that is one of Nate's friends' restaurant that he owns, and she lives in the restaurant's like right next to like his apartment and like where he lives. His like, he's like super rich. He's like a billionaire. She has some issues at work, so he helps her with those issues, and it kind of leads to him liking her more than he had planned, and certain things happen. She becomes his assistant, so they can't be together because of the place they're in and them working together. It's like really a sticky situation, and we're kind of seeing that all like play out and like what happens with all that. I didn't really like Nate that much. I liked Kat, but there were some things where I was just like, I was a little bit annoyed at her. I was like, girl, seriously, don't piss me off. The ending I felt was so rushed. Could have been slowed down. I just felt like the conflict was over so quick. The build up for the relationship, I wasn't really rooting for them, I want to say. Like, I didn't really care for them. I didn't really care for his friends. I didn't really care for him. It was just kind of like not my vibe. But those are my overall thoughts. Overall, it was just 2 stars. Nothing special, but nothing. It wasn't like terrible, but didn't really speak out to me. It wasn't my kind of book. But if you like billionaire romances, I recommend. Just wasn't really for me. I feel like I just like don't reach towards those books. Same with like Twisted Games, as you saw. Like this is just not my style of writing and what I like. I prefer like cutesy romances, and I like to get stabbed in the heart. So yeah, it wasn't my favorite read, but overall 2 stars. It wasn't for me. The next book I read was Magnolia Park's Into the Dark. This is just basically, we're continuing and finishing off Magnolia and BJ's story. She hears Magnolia Park's Into the Dark. She's like, I'm awake. Yeah, we're basically continuing and finishing off Magnolia and BJ's story. And oh my god, this book, I was crying in the beginning, middle, end. It was so devastating, so sad, and so heartbreaking. Like it hurt me. It hurt me. Like when I talk about it, like the things that happen, I get emotional. Like I finished it off and I was talking about it and I was getting emotional. It's just so good, and I love the whole friend group. I love all the characters. Like I feel like they are my best friends. Like I know them so well and I understand them and the struggles they're going through and the pain and all this, and I just like, I love them. It destroyed me, but it was like such a perfect ending, and it was so good, and it made sense for their characters, and it was just like, I can't, like I'm actually getting like chills. Like I think about it and I get chills. It was so good. I just can't stop thinking about it. I can't really say much just because like it'll spoil the other books and this book as well. So I can't really get into it too much, but continuing their story, we're seeing their struggles, and there's a lot of like Magnolia's struggles and like what she's going through. Same with BJ, but it's very present with Magnolia, and like I feel like you really learn to understand her character so much in this book. And like by the end of this book, you love BJ, you love Magnolia. I feel like I know them so well now. In the first book, I was like, okay, don't really have any opinion of like some of the group. I liked Magnolia, didn't like BJ. Second book, BJ was like growing on me, and I loved Magnolia, but I still didn't really understand certain aspects of them and like their friend groups and their dynamics and all that kind of stuff. But in Into the Dark, they're my best friends. I know them so well. Like I can't stop thinking about it. Like I haven't stopped thinking about it since I finished it. Based on my rambling about how amazing this book is, what do we think the rating is? 5 stars. I ate this shit up. I ate it up. I loved it. I love a book that breaks me and destroys me and makes me sob. I love it. Majority of the time, if a book hurts me, 5 stars. I highly recommend this series, and I can't get over it. So 5 stars. Mind blown. I loved it. The next book I read was If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. This book is following Cliff and Michelle. Michelle's mom passes away and she owns an inn in this small town, and Cliff owns the bakery next door. And she's kind of struggling in the beginning because she has to take over the inn and go to this small town to take it over, basically, until her sister can end up taking it over in December after she graduates. So she's just filling in for her during the fall-winter season before her sister can step in. And we're seeing her friendship build with Cliff. The slow burn. It's so good. And Rocket, I freaking love Rocket, the dog. He was so wonderful, so lovely. I thought this book was so good, so cute. Perfect fall winter read. Like it was perfect. The pacing was so good. The found family, and if you know me, you know I love a found family. So good, so cute. I loved all the characters, like every single one of them. I thought they were wonderful, and it was so cute. Like I will be rereading every fall winter time if I can help it. Like I eat this book up. it was so sweet, so cute, so wonderful. I will be thinking about it every single time the season rolls around and pick this book up. So if based on this, it wasn't a 5-star. I just didn't really get that 5-star feeling, but it's definitely gonna be a comfort book, a reread. So cozy, so cute. So overall, 4.75 stars. It barely didn't make it to that 5-star ranking, but it was so good. She's snoring, if you can hear her. It was so good. I thought it was so cute. I loved it. I loved all the characters and the setting. The setting was so cozy, so cute. It was so Gilmore Girls. Like, I love. And Cliff's kids, the sweetest, the cutest. I loved it. I want there to be more books in a series. Like, I would love for her sister to get a romance, or like Cliff's best friend to get a romance, or Cliff's sister to get a romance. Like, that would be so cute. Like, I'd eat that shit up. Oh, I would love that. I don't think it's gonna happen though. I think it's just a standalone, sadly. But that's my thoughts, feelings, vibes on that book. Next book I read was Keeper of the Lost Cities Nightfall. We're continuing, obviously. This is the 6th book. Yeah, 6th book in the series. It's continuing Sophie's adventures in the Lost Cities and with her friends. Like, the found family in this. Amazing. And we're kind of, more characters are kind of getting involved, which I really like. And we're learning more information about, like, this book has so much lore in it that you learn from, like, that's foreshadowed in the beginning. Like, you learn so much in this book, and it's so good. And, like, the Keith and Sophie moments, they're amazing. I love. If you can't see annotations as per usual with these books, if you didn't know, based on my other reviews and stuff, I am rereading Keeper of the Lost Cities and annotating it this time. And I feel like every book I annotate, I just annotate more and more and more. So, yes. It's so good. I really liked the adventure in this one, and like at the end it was so good, so entertaining, so crazy, stressful. It's so good. I just feel like the build-up is a lot slower in this book, and I feel like they're missing a lot of pieces, and it's kind of repetitive when they're building up to the ending. And I don't know, I just got a bit frustrated, and I got a bit frustrated because of how slow it was, and they were just like, I think it helps that I knew things because I've read this so many times, but just watching them struggle, and even though I knew what they were supposed to be looking for, I was getting frustrated. So it was just a little frustrating, but the ending was so good, so crazy, and I loved it. So overall, 3.75 stars. Didn't quite reach that 4-star mark, but I love it. This series is such a comfort series, and I just feel like it was definitely slower, which makes sense with the whole plot. It definitely slows down at some points. So good though. Love Keith, love Sophie, love everyone. I love them all. We don't talk about Fitz though. Or Alden. I don't really like Alden either, so yes. That's my thoughts on this book. On to the next. Next book I read was Eclipse by Stephenie Meyer. We are continuing Twilight as well. This is the 3rd book in the Twilight series. We're also continuing Edward and Bella's story, and there's some things going amiss in the works, and I can't say too much just in case you haven't read it or watched it. I don't want to spoil, but things are going down. There's this one struggle at the end that they're reaching towards, so it's pretty entertaining at the end. I love, and I feel like the build up with certain characters and Bella is like really good, and I definitely like the books more than the movies, because I don't know, I feel like I understand the characters more. This isn't my favorite book out of the series, just because it was really slow paced throughout the whole book, and I was getting bored. I will admit. Whoops, my bad. I wanted it because I knew it was going to happen at the end because I watched the movies and I read the books years and years and years ago. But it was just taking so long to get to that point that I was getting bored. And I was like, oh my gosh, can we just get to the good part? And then when we got to the good part and the crazy part at the end, it was over so quick. And I just felt like all that buildup was like one and done. Don't have to worry about it anymore. Problem solved. And I wish it was like more drawn out, or that the buildup would have been less to make it like evenly spaced. It was just like a lot of filler and build up that I didn't find necessary. So overall 3.75 stars. Didn't quite hit that mark for me. The ending though, like, it was crazy. I just wish it was more drawn out, for sure. But I love Jacob. Bella can have Edward, I'll have Jacob. I'm team Edward for Bella and Jacob for me, because I love Jacob. I love him. Next book I read, King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. We are continuing the Grishaverse. As you know, maybe, I don't know if you know, I don't know why I said that. I have been reading the Grishaverse from the beginning of this year. Started with Shadow and Bone, read all three of those books, read Six of Crows, read that duology. Now I'm starting the King of Scars duology, which is Nikolai's books. And if you don't already know, Nikolai was my favorite character in Shadow and Bone. He was like one of the only characters I liked. So when I found out he had his own books, I snatched those bitches up. I said, mine now. And I'm continuing the Grishaverse, starting his story, and I'm loving it. I am loving it. It's so entertaining, and like, I feel like if you want to read this, you have to read Shadow and Bone first. Like, there's no way you can't, because there are a lot of things that happen in Shadow and Bone that lead to the things that happen in King of Scars, and you can't just like, because you're going to be confused and you're not going to understand it. And then if you do want to read Shadow and Bone, you're going to get spoiled from that. So I won't say much about what's going on. It's just basically Nikolai's book, and something's happening and he has to find a way to solve this issue, because he's the king and he has to find a wife, and it's just going to cause a bunch of issues with everyone and everything, and it can't happen. And we get multiple point of views. We get Zoya's point of view. Love her. She is his kind of like King's Guard kind of person. She's great. I love her. Oh, we get Nina's point of view from Six of Crows. Oh, you have to read Six of Crows first too. Like, you can't not read it, because you get Nina's point of view. It's gonna spoil Six of Crows, the ending of Six of Crows, if you read this first. So definitely read Shadow and Bone and Six of Crows before you get into King of Scars if you don't want to get spoiled. If you don't really care and only want to read King of Scars, go for it. But I wouldn't jump into this right away. I loved all the point of views though. In the beginning, I definitely preferred Nikolai and Zoya's point of view. I was more entertained by that. Once we reached the end of the book with Nina's point of view, I ended up really liking her point of view, and it all kind of like clicked and made sense, because it was very slow with her point of view and built up. I did get emotional, certain things that happened, but the end was what like really did it for me. I was like, oh my gosh, I love her. She's great. I love her point of view. It just like, it was a lot better at the end, and I enjoyed and I really liked. So overall, 4 stars, really good. I'm excited to read Rule of Wolves. I think I'm going to read that this month, December, because I'm excited. It's going to be good. And we're going to finish off the whole Grishaverse. Other than like the little novellas, I haven't read those yet, but out of like the books and the lore and like all that shit, I want to finish this off before the end of December. All right. Next book I read this month was The Mad Wife by Megan Church. It's about, you're kind of seeing the life of a housewife, pretty much, and you're going to see their struggles, you're going to see all the issues and live through what she's living through and trying to understand her. There are some twists and turns and like things that happen, but it's just basically telling us Like, it's extremely realistic. Like, with the twists and turns, you're like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. But at that time, that's actually what happened. So it was kind of crazy to see, and scary and sad, and like very twisty, very twisty. Like, there's some plot twists going on. There's some things going on, but it is realistic to that time when housewives were a big thing and we are seeing their struggles. So yeah, I really liked the main character. I really understood her. I was stressed for her, sad for her. I really felt for her, and I don't know, I just feel like the people around her were kind of pissing me off. But at the end, I just kind of like understood everyone's characters and everything happening, and just like, I don't know, I felt like connected. I was entertained. I was hooked. I binge read it because of how entertaining it was, how twisty it was. The dots were all connecting. It was crazy. It was great. I really enjoyed this book. So overall, 4 stars. Really enjoyed it. It was a great book. So definitely recommend. Like, I think you should read it. It's amazing. I was entertained. I loved it. Last book I read, I just finished today actually. So that book is Flashback by Shannon Messenger. Keeper of Lost Cities Flashback. We're continuing. We're on the 7th book. Everything's going great. Got my annotations. As you can see, we're continuing. Sophie's going on her little adventures. Shit is happening. Shit is going down. As per usual. Now we're gonna get into some harsh review. This is my least favorite book out of the entire Keeper of the Lost Cities series. Oh my god. So drawn out. So boring. The ending was like crazy, but like, look how chunky this book. This is the biggest book in the whole series. It does not need to be this big. Like, don't piss me off. Sorry, Shannon. I did not like this book. Like, it actually aggravates me to read it. If I were to when I reread the series again, I'm skipping this. I'm annotating it, and then I'm not touching it again. Probably not for a really long time, because of how much this book annoys me. It's so slow, so boring, so drawn out. It's just a bunch of Fitz v. BS. And I don't like Fitz. And I don't like Sophie and Fitz. I'm a Keith and Sophie girly. Why is Fitz in every single chapter? Don't piss me off. And 400 pages of them being in one place the whole time and nothing really happening. Like, what? And then the ending is really good. Like, there's shit happening. There's massive lore drops, and we're learning a lot. But then this big lore drop that's been built up for 4 books, I think? 4 books. It's like revealed in this one. And then I'm like, that's it? Don't piss me off. It was so underrated. I wanted it to be more like we were building up. Why did I get how many pages are in this? 800? Why did I get like 850 pages of nothing? Nothing. You can feel my rage. I do not like this book. It's just so drawn out. Not my favorite. But book 8, be excited for me to read that, because I fucking love that book. It's so good. So, overall, before I'd rated it 3 stars, I think we're gonna go like 2.5 stars. Like, I really don't like this book. Wow, it's like glowing. Cover is beautiful though. Gorgeous. Gorgina. I don't like this book. That's my thoughts, that's my feelings, that's my vibes. I will not be rereading this book for a very, very long time. When I read the series, I'm skipping over it. Don't recommend, but you kind of have to read it to understand things. So if you're reading the series, I'm sorry, but you have to read this book. But after that, you don't ever have to read it again. Like, just get it over with, get it off your plate. But it's like so chunky for no reason. That's my thoughts. I'm excited to read the 8th book next. These are all the books I read in November. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. Here's some good reads. There's some not some so good reads. This book, Flashback, took me so long to read. Like, it did not need to be that long. It was annoying me. So next month, I know I'm gonna have a lot better reads. Like I'm gonna have good reads. We have an exciting video coming up, probably like mid-December, I'm thinking, that I'm very excited for. So look out for that one. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna have good videos December and January for sure. I'm really excited and I hope you enjoyed. Or see you in the next video whenever that is. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!